Oh my goodness, you scared me. I didn't see you there. Ugh. Welcome to part 5 of Soloing Outside of the Box with me, Fake Dr. Levin. This week I'm going to talk to you about a way to take your soloing and make it more focused, make it more dynamic, and just, it's another fun thing to do. What I do is I often will separate the guitar into regions visually. You take the frets, let's say 0 through 5, sort of, these are approximations, like these first 5, and let's say the frets 5 through 12, and let's say 12 through 24, and I call those each a region. This is region 1, region 2, and region 3. And while I solo, I navigate from one region to the next, but I do not ever return to a region, nor do I leave a region until after I've exhausted all the ideas that I can in whatever region I'm in. And what that does is it forces you, first of all, to have a basic form to your solo, and it also creates a sense of movement dynamically throughout the entire solo as a composition. So you can totally improvise a solo, but in thinking this way, you give it some form from the top. And form is often the thing that makes what you're playing, even if it's very abstract, tangible to the listener. So you don't have to always have form, or you have to always do things like this, but it really creates a compelling, exciting effect. So let me show you an example. In this solo, I'm going to focus on region 1. Then when I feel I'm out of ideas in region 1, I'll move to region 2, then to move to region 3. And hopefully, you'll just learn. Alright, here it is. So that was me moving from region 1, approximately, to region 2, approximately, to region 3, and what happened was it got higher and higher and higher as the solo went on, so the dynamic arc was like, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on region 1, I'll start on region 2, then I'll go to region 3, then I'll go to region 1, which is a kind of counterintuitive form. But I think what will happen is I'll be like, which is another thing. So here we go. So, we had our little there, with moving from region 2 to region 3 and back to region 1. It's a pretty simple concept. You can use any vocabulary you have, and it takes advantage of a few weaknesses that we might have as musicians or as guitarists. See, if you really know the fretboard, you really know it, like on a high master level, then you can play in any part of the guitar and it'll sound like cohesive, and you'll have the same kind of freedom anywhere on the guitar. You'll have the same ability and flexibility, and you won't be like, oh, what are the shapes here, what are the shapes there? Just basically the fretboard disappears, as my teacher David Chanzo used to say in the lessons I took. The fretboard disappears and you aren't thinking about shapes or anything or even notes. It's just you're playing. But until you reach that point, when you play in different parts of the guitar, you're going to play in a different way. I still do that. That's where I'm at. I play in a different way here than I do here than I do here. And this way, even though that's technically, a sign of weakness, I'm using that weakness to my advantage because I'm diversifying the material I'm playing, making my solo more interesting by focusing regionally and basically making sure I mix things up as I go by being like, alright, I'm going to play differently in each of these spots. Not to mention the range is going to be very dynamic through my solo. So it's a way of thinking of your soloing like a composer would think of form before you even set out to solo. And it's a great thing to work on when you're playing with backing tracks and when you're jamming with friends and when you're playing shows and everything. It's just, I love to do it. So I hope this helps you get some new ideas and change things up a bit and solo outside of the box.